Well, we had a record number of pets that were adopted during this pandemic, and for the first time, many of these pets are being left alone as their human pals return to work. So get ready when you return home. You may find some messes, some little accidents, some destroyed shoes, maybe clawed doors, or the corner of your favorite end table has been chewed off. Yeah, it happens. Purina pet behaviorist Dr. Valuska joins us to explain why pets do what they do when anxious. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
Say, give us an idea of what goes through some animals in general, what goes through their mind when perhaps they feel abandoned.
Yeah, so separation anxiety is basically a stress response that is triggered by the absence of the person that they're bonded to, or the family that they're bonded to. And sometimes that can be a separation as simple as a closed door that they find stressful, but other times it might occur after the person has been gone for some time.
How do we know for sure? What are some of the signs of separation anxiety?
Yeah, that is a great question because I think they're often overlooked and people might assume that their pet is just kind of ornery or behaving badly. Some of the signs to look for include excessive vocalization. So if your dog or cat is barking or meowing more than usual, or a lot of whining, that can be a sign. A lot of physical agitation is common. So you might see some pacing or circling behavior. One that people really don't like is what we call inappropriate elimination. So this is when a dog that is house trained starts going to the bathroom in the house, and then maybe the worst one from our perspective is destruction. So you mentioned that in the intro, and that sometimes can take the form of trying to destroy the room or the crate that they're in, digging through the walls, chewing at the doors, that kind of thing.
And what's amazing is the elimination problem happens with dogs and cats sometimes that are potty trained.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's the treatment? What can we do to ease that anxiety?
Well, I can tell you that when it comes to separation anxiety, an ounce of prevention is worth like 10 pounds of cure. So if you're not going back into the office quite yet and you have some time to play with, now is the time to start that transition, get the pet used to being on their own for short periods at first, help build up their confidence and keep everything positive. Those are the behavior interventions. There's also a dietary intervention. Purina has a great product called Calm and Care. It's a probiotic supplement that can significantly reduce anxious behaviors in dogs, and we'll have one for cats in June.
Well, what kind of effect does it have on the animal?
It just, can reduce some of those anxious behaviors we talked about, like that excessive barking, circling, those kinds of things.
Okay, well, some good advice there. I remember years ago, one thing we used to do is we'd get maybe a T-shirt or something that the alpha dog in the family had worn, for perhaps my dad, and we'd put it with the dog, and that seemed to calm the dog down when we were away, thinking that part of the boss is here.
Yeah, I think that's a great example of one of my favorite things to tell pet owners, which is try to think like your pet. And dogs are very nose forward, so trying to bring some olfactory comfort to them is a great idea.
Thank you, Dr. Valuska from Purina. We appreciate the advice.
My pleasure.